I'm about to wrap up my second week of being retired. And today, this is Thursday. And, Thursday 2 weeks ago was my last day of work. So what's happened since then is this is like my third or fourth, probably fourth or fifth fishing trip. I've done a couple of bass fishing trips. I went fishing a couple of times trying to catch walleye. And I've been out here catfishing, I think, a couple of times. So I've done a lot of fishing. Haven't got to play golf, which I'm going to do tomorrow. A lot of my golf buddies have been tied up, so I haven't really decided to go play by myself or anything. But I do kind of wake up, wondering, how I'm going to fill my days. Well, let me put it a better way. How I'm going to fill half my days, because I can assure you my wife has no trouble filling when she's there. So, um, so it's usually the whole mornings till like 1 o'clock. I'm figuring out what to do, and I never sleep past like 7 o'clock, 7:15. But what I've been doing, if I haven't been out here, I've been out, playing my guitar. Not playing my guitar, but practicing my guitar, trying to get these fingers calloused up, and I'm getting pretty good, getting pretty close. And about 2 weeks I've been doing this, I've been getting some good calluses. So I've been doing that. Um, I do work out every other day. Not a lot of workout, just some dumbbell workout, push-ups, stuff like that. So I do that. Y'all let me know. Sometimes I get bites when I'm not looking. They don't really care whether I'm looking or not. So I've been doing that. Now Friday, this last Friday, was kind of a big day for me and my wife. She took off work, and it was August 1st. It was supposed to be my official. No, it was August or July 31st. It was supposed to be my official first day of retirement, but being that I I got all my work done the week before that I had scheduled. I just retired a week early. So we used that day to go and pay off our house.
Paid for it, yeah.
So we now have a paid for house completely. The only thing we have to do now is rent it from the government. Starting this Monday, was kind of the second week of, or second Monday I've been retired. I'm gonna have to say that there's a it's like a load off of you when that anxiety you get from knowing, because several days a week you're knowing you're getting up at 5:15 to go to a place and spend 10 hours there, doing something I don't want to do anymore, and having to deal with people I don't want to deal with anymore, and that's gone. So uh, I don't. Sunday nights are no different than any other day of the week for me now. You know, last night is no different than any weekend day or where I don't get up. So sometimes I'm actually starting to forget what day it is. It's already that soon that I'm forgetting the days. Now I do remember when there's Saturdays and Sundays, because I refuse to golf or fish on those days just due to the crowds. So, but it's nice to come out on a Thursday morning and not battle at a boat ramp. Um, I've been sitting here fishing since 5:45 this morning, and it's a little after 9 now. I did catch one fish over there, nothing worth showing. I lost a really nice fish. But other than that, it's been kind of an uneventful fishing trip. But I am testing this new mic system. That was the main reason I even came, was to I found a mic system for GoPro that was cheap, only 34 bucks. So and it worked good at home. So we're gonna see how good it works out here in the field while I'm filming for my fishing channel. Ooh, the wind's blowing me over. Get a lot of boat sway in this little bit deeper water. But oh, hoping for that one big fish, and then I'm gonna go home, practice guitar. It's a workout day, so I'll do my workout. So we're 2.5 weeks in, and life's already starting to be a little different. Just not much different. I guess I think it's because I still feel like I'm on a vacation, but just knowing that it's not going to end. It's kind of nice. I'm hoping that this time frame is, the best years of your life. I mean, it's hard to say, pick this as the best years of your life when when you're a child and you didn't have a care in the world, and and especially the summer times when you didn't have to go to school. I mean, it was just every day go out and ride the bikes and go exploring, and all the things I used to do as a kid back in the 60s and early 70s. And then I got, into high school and got, found my high school sweetheart. We got married, and it's been it's been a responsibility ever since. Raising two wonderful daughters. Both of them are just as wonderful as they can be, good human beings. I think we did a good job. Their mom especially, she's a great mother. Got through that stage, still working on, we were empty nesters for, golly, probably the last 22 or 3 years. But all of a sudden now for me, into this retirement area. And I'm glad I didn't wait till, earlier videos I had said, I was going to at least go till 67 and probably 70, trying to get the biggest, Social Security check, because I honestly didn't think we'd ever get enough money to retire. You'd always heard, you have to have $1 million. And after doing a lot of, study on and watching videos on YouTube, I'm finding that's not true. And, we don't, and actually, surprisingly, we're not even having to touch our part of our retirement, the 401ks or anything. Our Social Security checks, for me at 64 and her at 62, are still enough to pay the bills. And, renting my building is like, extra. So we're not even going to touch our 401ks for a few years. And, and if we have to, eventually we'll sell that building and just add it to the 401ks and start, doing the 4 or 5% rule. But we're going to be okay. I have to keep looking because I get bites when I'm not watching. And it's just how I'm wired for fishing. But so it's been working out. And being 64 now, I feel like I'm cheating at least by 3 years, compared to, well, I'm going to have to assume that I think the average retirement age is 64, but for someone who's been in a family where, the males die by 75, I'm hoping I live to 95. I'm trying to take good care of my body. I'm I'm on a diet I think that'll help, uh, you know, not promote cancer, and which is the only really thing we worry about in our family is cancer. Uh, we're pretty, genetically strong other than that. But if I can, you know, not get cancer, then I could live to